Hello everyone, Apache 600 here. Today I'd like to go through the Museum Relic Campaign's Mission 10, Cloak and Dagger. This is actually Mission 16, but because I get skewed with the numbers with Missions 8.1, 8.2, this actually turns out to be Mission 16 or 10, however you want to call it. Anyway, I want to do a mission video on this particular mission because I think it's going to be a little more difficult than the average DCS mission, just because we have to fly specific headings and speeds in order to cross certain gates at specified times. It's a departure from the normal DCS mission, and I find that it is challenging but quite fun and really rewarding if you can do it. Anyway, if we take a look at the mission briefing, we kind of get the background story as to why we're doing this. We need to depart from the Nelchek airport and take out a secretive aircraft that's on the ramp at Mozdok. In the MiG-15 version here, we're taking out the F-117. In the F-86 version, we're taking out the Tu-160 Black Swan. Anyway, the story is that we need to penetrate the radar system, and certain radar systems along our specified flight path go down periodically, so we need to be over those points at certain times when the radar system is down. If we're too early or too late to the waypoint, the radar may either be have come up or have not even gone down yet, so we could become detected by the enemy. The flight plan on the picture pretty much correlates with what's in the mission planning, 1-to-1, and it goes all the way back. Let's go here. And each waypoint along this path is correlated with what's on the chart here. Now this first long leg, or I should say maybe this is the second leg, there's actually two waypoints on this, and we'll see later when I take a closer look at what this page consists of. But this one here that I'm circling with the mouse is the most important page for this mission. I have a larger image of it at the back end of the mission briefings. More importantly though, you can go to the Dropbox link that I have on the ED forums for this campaign and find this specific page and download it. You can download actually any mission briefing and flight plan page for all of the campaign levels, but this one is specifically needed because it is needed to pass this mission. You can download this and either put it on a second monitor if that's available, or print it and keep that sheet of paper next to your joystick on the desk while you fly the mission, because it's imperative that you follow the times and the waypoints and whatnot. If, well, actually I have that page right here. I'll bring that up. If we take a closer look at this, it gives you the specified headings, speeds, distances, and arrival times that you need to fly as close to practical as you can. For this example, we'll take off from the runway here. It says fly the runway heading, which is 049, at a targeted airspeed of 300 kilometers an hour for 5.2 kilometers. That should put you over the outer marker in 1 minute and 2 seconds. So 300 kilometers an hour, well, it's an average. So when you get the signal to go, you'll obviously be doing 0 as you're sitting on the runway. When you throttle up and take off and head towards the outer marker, I assume you'll probably be doing 550 or 600 by the time you get there. That averages out to about 300. We just want to be close to the minute and 2 seconds. We can fiddle with the time a little bit on the way to the second waypoint, which is a left turn heading 338, targeted airspeed of 550 for 36 kilometers, and we need to pass that point at 4 minutes and 57 seconds. So if you find that you're flying at 600 kilometers an hour over waypoint 1 and you're a little behind time, we'll keep that 600 for a little bit and then slow down to 550 so you can reach this at 457. Again though, we want to stay low to the ground, because the triggers that I have, if you fly too high, you'll get detected by other radar systems that alert the troops at Mozdok, and they'll dispatch some fighters to shoot you down. If you stray too far off course, you'll also do the same thing. And if you arrive too soon or too late at these points, well, again, the same demise. So we find out when we fly over those points because I have smoke markers depicting where those points are at. Now there's two different colors of smoke markers that are in this mission. If you see a blue smoke marker, that simply depicts a course advisory. So you're flying the right direction if you fly over a blue smoke marker. The red smoke markers are the ones where you actually need to fly over those specific times. So the red ones are our waypoints. Blue ones are just course advisory. So if we look at the mission briefing a little more here, the flight plan, we're departing off of Nelchek, airport frequency 4.50. That should be set with the radios when we start the mission. Depart running 06, and there is a little bit of surface wind. Thankfully, though, all of the headings that are given here have that wind factored in, so you don't have to worry about crabbing at all. Just fly those headings and you should be all right. So heading out towards the outer marker, a heading of 060 or 050, just keep runway heading. Stay low to the deck. Airspeed, yeah, you want to shoot for about 550, and it's only 5 kilometers, so it does come up quick. But once you hit that point, you need to make a hard left, a quick left, heading 338 towards the next point. That next point here, well, on the route it just says waypoint is special, and continue on with the special route. That is that page. Headings vary, altitudes keep low, airspeed varies, and the distance for that whole route is 177 kilometers. So if we look at this, you should be striking at about 15 minutes and 26 seconds, and that actually does go by pretty quickly because you're busy concentrating on each of these points, but you do have to pay attention to these speeds in order to achieve these times. Now if we look at the speeds, you'll see I have bolded some of the ones where we have speed changes. So here's 600, here's an increase to 700, but here this one will catch you sometimes. You have to decrease back to 600 in order to make 1418. If you stay at 700, you're going to get there way too soon, and the radar system might not be down by then, so you'll alert the enemy. I think without further ado, let's take to the mission and see how that goes. Before we get started, I want to quick go over the 2 things that we need in order to successfully complete this mission. The first, just like talked about, was the list of headings, airspeeds, and arrival times from the mission briefing that we had gone over just a couple minutes ago. We need this either on that second monitor, printed, or written down and placed next to your joystick or whatnot. It just needs to be referred to during the flight. Secondly is we need a way to keep the time. So we know that we're arriving at the specific gates at the right times. So you can either use a stopwatch. I personally use the stopwatch feature on my cell phone, or you can, if you're really brave, use the clock that's supplied in the aircraft. That is possible, but it is very difficult. Anyway, why don't we jump into the mission here. Okay, first things first, once this fires up, we're going to turn on the ground power. And as that is coming up, I will flip all the switches except for the battery on the right panel. And we'll go over to the left panel and turn everything on except for the isolating valve. And I'll even turn the nav lights on. I'll be a good pilot. Check to make sure we got 4.50. Yep. And call for startup. I have these keys bound to my HOTAS, so that's why I'm not clicking them. Guess I'll turn the lights up a little bit since it is sunrise. Now, speaking of sunrise, the mission starts at 7 a.m. and I start the mission at 6:54, so that gives you 6 minutes to get to the end of the runway. Alright, looks like we got a good start. Let's turn off the power. Once the power goes out, I'll flip the battery on. Alright, turn up the gauge lights, and then I'll set the NDB for 718, which is the outer marker here at Nelchek. Looks good. Let's check the kneeboard. Perfect. I guess I'll turn the... Ooh, wanted to turn down the volume, not that. Alright. Okay, let's close the canopy, and then I'll pressurize it. Bring the throttle up a little bit just to get the generator to turn on.
Time is 6:56. 4 minutes until the signal.
Okay, this is really important. Let's check the compass versus our directional gyro there. And we need to make sure those align. If they're not aligned, we will not be passing this mission. We'll probably veer off course and set off the alarms. Okay, let's charge the guns now that I have a moment. Might as well take it easy here. And looks like that should do it. Let's call up for taxi.
Нальчик, первый, руление. Один, Нальчик. Разрешаю руление на полосу 6.
Alright. Well, let's head out to the runway.
Time now is 6:57 and 30 seconds. You have 2.5 minutes to get to takeoff position at the end of the runway.
Excellent. Looks like I'm doing pretty well on the time. Okay, let's quick take a review as our first to our first waypoints that we have coming up. So takeoff is going to be runway heading. Targeted airspeed 300, and estimated time over the outer marker is 1 minute and 2. Right after that, it's going to be left turn 338, 550 kilometers an hour. Might as well just call up tower, get that out of the way.
Первый, взлет.
Relic 1, position and hold on the runway. Wait for the signal.
Alright.
One minute until the signal.
Okay, made plenty of time here. Relax for just a bit. Alright, one thing I don't want to do, I don't want to let the engine completely idle, just because when it's an idle engine going up to full power, it takes a little bit for that first 2,000 RPM to increase. So I'll keep the RPM up just a little bit so I'll have a quicker launch time. And again, looking at the list, got runway heading, and then over the outer marker, left turn 338. Alright, we should be getting close. Bring the RPM up a little bit. I'll start the clock in the aircraft just for the heck of it too. Alright.
There's the signal.
There we go.
Relic 1, depart now. We'll keep the frequency open and only contact you if absolutely necessary.
I might as well turn off the
Otherwise,
lights
keep the
since
channel
this
clear.
is supposed to be a stealthy mission. Alright, rotate. And the trick here is to not climb, because if we climb too high, we'll set off some of the radars. So as the speed increases, the nose is going to want to pitch up because of the added lift. So we're going to have to continually push the nose down and trim down. That's especially important because we got a lot going on with raising the gear and the flaps. And There's the outer marker. Red smoke is the waypoint. And turn, heading 338. Okay, we got to the outer marker at about 1 minute and 3 seconds. Okay, there's blue advisory smoke right there. So make sure we're on the heading of 338. That looks pretty good. And I need to be target airspeed of 550. I was a little behind on that inner marker. So we're going to just have the speed up just for a little bit, see if I can make up that second. Right, you can see my RPM is not really that high to maintain 550 close to the ground here. So the trick here is if you see that you are a little behind on your time. Oh, there you go. More blue smoke. That's a good sign. If you're a little behind your time on the waypoint, you're going to need to increase your speed a little more than the targeted airspeed to make up for that time. Likewise, if you're a little ahead of time, you get to the point before the estimated time on arrival, then you want to cut back on the speed a little bit to try and give yourself an extra second or two, or however long it was, to the next waypoint. Alright, looks like I'm coming right up on these smoke markers here. It looks like I've got one in the front and one in the back side of the town, so that kind of gives me almost an arrow as to which way I should be flying, and I'm right over the top of the two. Alright, heading is still 338, doing 550. Arrival time 4:57. Currently it is 3:15. That is going to probably pose a problem in a couple of waypoints here. That sun is going to be a glare when we turn eastbound. Alright, there's another smoke marker. Right on it, and I think I see some red way up there, so that first, or the second I should say, waypoint is in sight. I need to be crossing that at 4:57. After that waypoint I need to continue on this 338 heading, but increase my speed to 600. Right, 20 seconds to go. I think I'm going to be quite a bit early. Ten seconds. And mark 4:55, 2 seconds ahead of schedule. So I'll slowly increase myself to 600 here. I don't need to do it too quickly. There's 600. That's 2 seconds off, isn't too bad. Okay, there's the next smoke. I need to be over that at 6:11, which is just about 50 seconds. After that, right turn heading 072, stay at 600 kilometers an hour. And I'll probably have, that right turn, I'm going to have that sun right in my eyes. Maybe I'll try to hide the sun behind one of the supports in the windscreen. Alright, oh, a little above 600. That's probably going to make me early now. 6:11 is what I'm shooting for, and I'm at 5:50. 10 seconds to go. Right turn 072 and mark. 6:08 on the time, 3 seconds ahead of schedule. Right turn 072, oh, a little too far. And there's the sun. See if I can, there we go, that works pretty well. Alright, 072 and 600. I got a little early, so I'm going to pull the speed back a bit. Alright, now we'll come back. I lost some speed in that turn. Okay, it's going to probably be a little harder to spot the red smoke here. After this, heading 142 at 700. Alright, so 072, a little faster than 600. God. I spot that red smoke. Where is it? Oh. There it is. Oh, jeez. Alright, I'm just going to have to take it in the face here. Alright, ooh, I'm way too fast. I should be passing this point 734. And mark. Right turn 142. I am about 10 seconds early. Eek. Okay, so I'm supposed to increase to 700, but I'm not going to do that right away. 142. And because I was 10 seconds early, I am going to slowly come up to 700. Hopefully that will put me on time now at the next waypoint. Alright, here's 700. I'll come back on the throttle to maintain that now. I think that should help make up for being so early at that last waypoint. Okay, there's the blue smoke. And yeah, 142, that looks pretty good. Okay, I'm crossing this next point at 9:48, which is about a minute and 10 seconds from now. Little to the left. 700 is still looking pretty good. Okay, here comes 9 minutes. 48 seconds to the waypoint. There's the red smoke. Yeah, since I was a little faster than 700 for a bit, I'm going to cut it under 700. And now we'll come back in a little bit here. Yeah, here we go. Okay, after this point, let's see here. Left turn 087, keeping the speed of 700. Alright, 9:48 is when I want to cross this at. 10 seconds. And mark. 9:49, not too bad. Left turn heading 087. Increase speed back to 700 since I was only a second off. I'm going to have to probably keep the speed a little over 700 since I crossed the point at about 650. That's 50 shy. So we'll do 750 for just a touch. And let's get that sun behind the canopy. There we go. Okay, heading 087. I think I see blue smoke there. Come back to 700 kilometers an hour. And yeah, that's pretty close to 087. I'll just make sure I do the correction over the point here. Let my speed get a little low. Let me pick it back up to 700. Okay, I'll be crossing this next point 12 minutes and 13 seconds. Right now I'm at 11. Alright, there we are, right at 700. And red smoke right down the river. Okay, after this point, slight left turn, 082, I'm almost already on it, but we decrease our speed to 600. This waypoint is at 12 minutes 13 seconds at 11:50 right now. Left turn 082, decrease to 600. Right now I'm at 700 and mark. Right on 12:13. Alright, come left just a little bit and throttle down. Keep that sun behind the frame there. Okay, it took a little bit to drop that 100 kilometers an hour, so I'll come a little below 600 for a bit, just to make up for having been above 600 for a little while. Hey, this crossing point is 14 minutes and 18 seconds. About a minute and a half from now. Okay, I think that's long enough under 600. Let's bring it back. Alright, that looks pretty good. Oh, power lines. Okay, just about 50 seconds to go. There's the red smoke for the waypoint. After this, it's going to be a left turn 025, 600 kilometers an hour. And this is towards Makeout. Alright, holding 600 well. Heading right for the waypoint. "20 seconds to go. Left turn 025 after this. "10 seconds. And mark. Oh, just about 1 second off. Okay, left turn heading 025. Little overshoot.
Ground observers must have spotted you. Alarms are being sounded at the Mozdok airport. Quickly push into the target and destroy it.
Okay, guess I'm done doing 600. Let's go full power. Climb up a little bit. There's the airport. Lights off to the left there. That's probably taxiing aircraft. That's bad news. Don't want to get too high in case there's a SAM out there that wants to shoot me. .025 about, and there's the hangar, and there's the airplane. Alright, there it is. Alright. Left turn, heading 285, full power. Let's get out of here. Looks like that second tank light is on. Let me get that in a second here so I don't fry out that pump.
We just got news that the target has been destroyed. Our Su-27s are going airborne as we speak. They'll provide top cover for you against any pursuing threats. Get out of there as quickly as possible.
Alright, there's those aircraft that are taxiing. And, okay, I'm on the 285 heading, max airspeed, and towards Small Lake, and that's the small lake out there. After that, I'm direct RTB, so earlier I put the NDB in, and the NDB is pointing off to the left there, so once I cross that lake, I'm going to be direct to the airport, which looks left turn maybe 60 degrees or so. Alright, pushing 1050 on the speed. Quite fast. Make sure my, okay, Mach 0.85, that's still decent, but I assume the ailerons might not be so effective here. I might have to slow it down a bit. Alright, the NDB is showing that the airport is 60 degrees off to my left on a 300 off of my bearing. Oh boy, yeah, this is sluggish. Okay, come back on the throttle a little bit. Give me some roll authority. And there's the left turn. And Nalchek should be off my nose. Make sure those guys aren't coming after me quite yet. Okay, looks like about a 220, 215 heading or so. And there we go. ADF needle is pointed straight up, 12 o'clock. Still see lights. That looks like it may have been on the runway though. Let's see here, engine still looks good. I've been pushing full throttle this whole time. It hasn't melted yet.
Relic 1, we've just detected aircraft coming off of Mozdok, 1,000 meters and climbing.
Okay.
Enemy fighters are heading towards you at a high rate of speed.
Well, I'll keep full power in then. Airport should be up here somewhere. I still don't see them. Could be a bad thing though. Those SU-25s should be up here. SU-27s, I'm sorry, should be up here somewhere. Still nothing. Fuel looks good. All the engine instruments still look pretty good. Still nothing. It wouldn't be on the other side, would they? Oh, that's good. And there's the airport. Alright. Aha, there they are. Those SU-27s have got to be over the top of me at least now. And, aha, looks like they're turning away now. I think those SU-27, was that them right there?
It appears that the enemy fighters are breaking off their pursuit.
Excellent.
You're in the clear, Relic
Oh,
1.
and there's my SU-27s. Alright. In the clear. Bring the power back. Guess I could stop the clock. Might as well make the announcement that I'm coming back to the airport.
Нальчик, первый. Возврат. 1. Нальчик. Следуйте курсом 4-9. Удаление 1-8. Давление 7-1-5. Запятая 7-3. Посадочное 2-4. Занимайте высоту круга.
Alright. There's 2 Su-27s there. Is that 1 and 2 or is that 3 and 4? Doesn't look like there's anybody behind them. So that might be 3 and 4. So 1 and 2 might be on final somewhere. There they are. Alright. Alright, you guys are still over there. And you guys coming up on short final. I might as well turn on my lights now, be courteous. Under 500, I'll drop the first set of flaps.
Работайте с посадкой.
Alright, I can do that.
Нальчик, первый. Разрешите посадку.
It looks like we had some lights on the runway. Alright, there they are. Both of them are on the ground. Alright, we'll slow this down. Let's give them some room here. Under 400, we'll drop the flaps. Well, right at 400. I'm sorry, drop the landing gear, not the flaps. Okay, we got 3 green. Put that back in neutral. And 1 tab, 2 tab, 3 tabs. Alright, let's drop all the way down to landing flaps. Green light is lit. Bring that up to neutral. And they're exiting the runway. And you guys, good, you're still high. I don't think you're landing this round. Oh, getting a little slow.
Проверьте выпуск шасси. Ветер у земли 2-2-9. Скорость 4 метра в секунду. Посадочная 2-4.
Alright, they are well clear of the runway. Looks like it's all mine. And Su-27's good, they're not right behind me. Still a little slow. Oh, this is not going to be pretty. Not my best. Alright. And they're not landing right behind me. That's good. Although the AI seems to do an amazing job with braking once they get on the ground, so I'm sure I would have just rolled away from them. Alright, we'll bring the flaps up. Clean up the airplane and park somewhere over there on the ramp.
Заруливайте на стоянку.
Alright. Left turn looked clear. Here we go. What the heck? Those parachutes. Ugh. This stupid AI. What the hell? Oh, geez. Alright, I had a static airplane sitting out there for decoration, and I guess the SU-27s here decided to taxi right into it. Is that what happened? Yeah. Good old AI. Yeah, alright. Well, I'll go off to the right here. Separate myself from the ridiculousness at this airport here. Alright, this looks like as good a spot as any. And once I come to a full and complete stop, it should give me mission success. Excellent. Alright, let's shut this aircraft down. Turn off some of the high draining AC components. There we go. Whoops. And I'll shut the engine down. I think, forgot to get that. I think that should be it. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope that this video helped you out in passing this mission. It's not the easiest one, but it is a lot of fun to play. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the campaign. These idiots.